This is the best virtual vehicle that you can drive. Out of all sims, all games, anything. This is the best one. So in this video, I'm going to jump inside of it, and I'm going to tell you why it's so bloody fantastic.
You need this motherfucking calendar for Christmas, so you know which day is Jesus' birthday. This calendar comes with lots of tools. Use them on your sim rig, racing fools.
There's a link, there's a link, where's the link? Down below. There's a link, there's a link, click the link, it's down below. Ho, 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 ho.
Right, I'm in the car and ready to go. First things first though, before we start driving, my God guys, I'm always saying it, but VR versus monitors. I'm sat in this car. I use screens, they have utility, but oh man, it's almost depressing how much better VR is from screens. Look at this. I can appreciate the suspension arms and how much detail RSS have put into them. The brake ducts, the front wing, absolutely incredible detail. All the car interior as well with this vehicle, really nicely done. I mean, this is what separates some of the RSS cars from other mod cars. You can see they've baked in some shadows on there to give the illusion of ambient occlusion. You actually see the suspension forks for the front wheels there. Mental, just above your legs. You wouldn't want them to break, that would hurt. You know, we've got the aerials for the team aerial and the aerial for the onboard computer of the car and the sector times and what have you. A nice little on-off switch. Absolutely superb detail. Little brake bias lever there. Emergency off switch. The plaque. RSS London. Some nice details on the car seat. Weirdly, my Real World t-shirt matches up with part of the virtual driver, which is quite creepy. And, well, we're ready to get driving here. Starting at the back, Alton Park, and my first time driving this car in virtual reality. It's going to be intense. It's going to be exciting. Fasten your seatbelts. Get ready to die. Oh, my God. Here we go. It's going to be Operation Avoid the AI to start with. Bit of smoke. Round the outside we go. Nice and easy. Don't want any collisions here. Tyres not wanting to purchase the racetrack there as we go around the right-hander. Jesus! Bloody, oh my God, my chin is a lawnmower. Okay. AI aggression down, AI difficulty up. I'm going to take it easy and hopefully we don't get murdered or break our ankles. Get ready. Power! Whoa, there she goes. Smoke screen in front. AI a bit slow to get going. Let's take advantage of that. I was going to stay behind at the start and take it easy, but hey, no waiting around. As we smash through T1 at Alton Park. Somehow not hitting anyone or being hit. It's a miracle. Round the outside we go. Committed through there. Now, you know, Alton Park, guys, absolutely beautiful race circuit. More grass than tarmac. More trees than tarmac. What more could you want from a track? Too many tracks these days have too much bloody tarmac. They need more grass. The more grass, the better. But it's a really good combo with this car. It's not actually, it's a terrible combo, but it's a fun combo, and that's all that matters. And, well, so with this car, the reason why this is an absolutely fantastic vehicle is it's possibly one of the hardest cars to drive in Assetto Corsa that's still forgiving. So, though this car is brutally snappy and brutally quick, especially on a track like this, it gives you plenty of warning. Like, it's your fault if you crash this, and once you learn the basic dynamics of it and what you can and can't do with it, you have this margin of play with the car, which is so fun to then try and shuffle it through the corners and get that last little inch out of the grip available to you as you power through the corners. Now the thing with this car that's really nice as well is that at high speed it's planted, it's glued, nothing really crazy happens. But at lower speed, basically around 70 to 80% on the throttle, you've got this little window where you have to feather the throttle out of corners to balance the slip of the car, where you can also counter steer it with the wheel. If you go up full 100% throttle, you'll just spin and lose it. But if you get it just right, so you're feathering and balancing the throttle, you get perfect control over the absolute position of the front of the car coming out of corners. And on a DD wheel especially, and I imagine even on something like a CSLE or even a T300, you'd probably still feel it on that. But on a DD wheel, you just feel exactly what the car's doing through the force feedback to then work with it. With that throttle input and with the steering input, it's truly magical. It's absolutely phenomenal. I just wish that other simulated Formula cars drove like this, or felt like this, or just worked like this, because it's just top notch. And in VR, it's actually way easier to drive this in VR. I do feel like I'm travelling at 40 times the speed compared to a monitor, but it's so much easier to be gentle and not overdrive it, which is very important with this car. If you overdrive this car, it will kill you quite quickly. So, oh dear, it's just so good. Another aspect of this vehicle which is particularly tricky, but again tricky and rewarding, is the braking. In that if you lock the wheels up, especially with a turning angle on, you will just spin. But if you get the trail braking just right, you can use that while side by side through there. You can use that to your advantage to reposition the vehicle through the corner as you're on the sort of literal limit of braking, and that comes into particular play if you're racing online against people and you're trying to make a move in the braking zone and you need to still have a bit of control over the vehicle despite the fact that you're really braking on the limit. It's tricky but satisfying, and your fault when it goes wrong. And when I'm driving, it goes wrong quite a lot. Look at those bollards fly past. Look at those sparks. Thank you, Content Manager Shader Patch. Oh, I love the shape of these cars as well. You know, if someone was to say to you, what is a Formula 1 car? Draw a picture of a Formula 1 car. This is really what I think should pop up in your mind. Not modern Formula 1 cars. They're the wrong shape. They're the wrong size. They're not aesthetically pleasing like this. 90s F1 car shape. It's erotic. Oh, this is a hard section to get through because you've got the bumps there and you want to get on the throttle early, but as I say, if you get on it too early, too hard, you're in trouble. Let's try and get through there. Look to my left, he's still there, so I can't close it off. Now I've got a bit of lawn on my wheels. Slide it through that. Oh, so good. That's the other thing with this. You can, unlike many of the cars in lots of other sims, you can still throw this into the corner and lean on the tyres, and that's one of the main... Oh, too much brake there, we almost lost it, but it came back. One of the main things with this car that's superb as well is that it really encourages you to lean on the tyres and lean on that mechanical grip, and you have to sort of preemptively take the corner a little bit too hot, throw the car into the corner, and then just rely on the fact that the tyres are made out of rubber and that they will bite the circuit, and you will have a certain amount of sort of drift and slip that you can then sort of calculate in your brain like Stephen Hawking's in a Formula 1 car to then know that the car will go through the corner, but you can still adjust it a little bit as well. It's not a done deal at the point of going into the corner. That is just the magic of this, and I'm sorry, but... Whoa, too much! I'm sorry, but... It's lacking. It's severely lacking from a lot of simulated race cars, but this just has it. I have to say that point specifically is something that just does not exist in sims like iRacing. Maybe with the LMP2 car, but and some cars, but the vast majority of cars, it just does not exist. Which is a damn shame because it is kind of the crux of car handling quick. I thought I was through there. I thought I was through there. I was not. Talk about car handling quick. There we go to the back of the grid. But this is now a perfect opportunity to talk about the sounds of this car as well. And, you know, just listen to this. Just listen to it. We'll do a little bit of driving without talking. I mean, it's just screaming. It's screaming all the way. That is the sound of a real engine. If a car doesn't make you deaf within 2 minutes of listening to it, is it really a race car? So all said and done, you know, RSS have just absolutely nailed this vehicle, and I would say it is pretty much, if someone's had to say, right, Assetto Corsa, you can only have one car in the sim, I probably would have to end up picking this, to be honest, because there's so much margin for my personal skill level of feeling like, oh, I could always drive it better. It's too fast and too hard for me to actually get the most out of with my skill level, but it always feels as if it's my fault, so it's always rewarding to drive. It's always fun to drive. Final lap. We're not going to finish last here. We might do. I could try my best not to. Whoa! We just got tapped there. Come on. Oh! Really, you don't want to be talking and driving with this car. This is a maximum concentration car. Using up all my 3 brain cells if I'm talking and driving this. Look at the size of the wheels on the car in front. When you're driving this as well, you always feel like the car is sort of just egging you on, that you can get a little bit more out of it. It always feels like it can give a little bit more until it doesn't and you're dead. Again, that's what's so good about this. Oh man, and you're so low to the ground as well. You see, in VR especially, you get such a good sense of speed and such a good sense of the intricacy of the track details with the laser scan tracks or the really high quality mod tracks. This car just brings out the best of Assetto Corsa. There we go. It might not be first place, but it was it was 18th place, not even 17th. It was a nice talk and drive with this car. Absolutely phenomenal. If you want to experience this car for yourself, you need to head over to racesimstudio.com, where you can get this and many other absolutely fantastic vehicles. It is payware, but you do get what you pay for. And unlike iRacing, you get to keep it indefinitely, and it drives like an actual car. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If not, why are you still watching? But if you did, click the like button, subscribe and all that lark. Huge thanks to all the channel members that have joined us recently. That lets us do more videos like this, which is awesome because I like making them. So, until the next one, happy tea drinking, happy sim racing, and goodbye everybody.